Hi everybody, it's the Soap Man and it's time to cut the soap I made just a few hours ago. Hot process. Definitely has some advantages. In case you're wondering, it's Wednesday. Wednesday's not normally a day to make soap for me. It's normally a very busy day, but there's a holiday today that probably not a whole lot of people recognize. Today is a holiday for me. June 20th is West Virginia Day. It's the birthday of the state of West Virginia, and some people get West Virginia Day off as a paid holiday, and I'm one of them. Very fortunate. That's why I'm making soap today. Okay, I've gone ahead and pre-cut half of the bar of the hot process I made, and 3 hours after I molded it, I've already used it. This is one that I use. Granted, it's not recommended. This is really soft. It's going to dissolve quickly. But I've already used this one and it's perfectly fine. Zero zap test. Great lather in the shower. That's one benefit of hot process. Now before I give these out, these will actually sit and cure the full 4 to 5 weeks. So they'll get nice and hard and dry out and everything. But that is the good thing about hot process. You can use it as soon as it's hard enough to cut. That's just proof. 3 hours after I molded it, I took a shower with it. This one is a new color I've used, and it actually has some kind of, you probably can't really see it in there, it's kind of minimal, but I think it's just the nature of the soap, the way it cooked. It actually has some swirls in it. You watched me make the top. This is what the top looks like. Very, very rough and rugged, but it's better than when you just kind of take your hand and try to smack it flat. It just looks a whole lot better. And on the cut bar, I think it looks a whole lot better too when you just kind of pick at it and make that nice rough top. Looks a lot better than just trying to pound it down. So anyway, let's go ahead and finish this. Since I'm off today, we'll finish this up. And I was trying the scent that I use all the time in cold process, and it does. It smells like it smells out of the bottle. So far anyway, it has not lost that apple scent like it does when it goes through the saponification of cold process. So these are pretty simple soaps. It's just one color. Simple recipe. 50% olive oil, 50% coconut oil with a 7 to 8% super fat. And the lather is fantastic. And even though it has a little more coconut oil than generally recommended, upping the super fat can compensate for that. This has 7%. And it did a great job in the shower. And I don't feel dry or, itchy because I upped the super fat just a little bit. So when these fully cure, they'll be awesome. But even like I say, I just used one 15 minutes ago in the shower. That one I showed you. Fantastic. I have an order coming from Brambleberry sometime tomorrow, so I'll be able to do some other different soaps with more complex recipes, which I also like. But this was a simple one. This was how I originally got started soaping, was with this recipe. This recipe, 50% olive oil, 50% coconut oil, also works great when you want a thin trace. It took forever to get this to come to trace. It really did. But when you want to keep a thin trace, let it cool down to about, 80 to 90 degrees, and this recipe works great to keep a thin trace. I love it. Alright, now my soaps are falling over. I want to try to show them to you, but they're falling over like dominoes. Anyway, I'll just have that a nice thick one for somebody. So here we go, the final one. Not fancy, but that's not what I was going for. I was going for simple. And simple is oftentimes very, very good. Now look in here. A lot of soap scraps left in the crock pot, but I'm going to cook and clean, and I'm going to use this to wash the dishes this evening. All of that soap will not go to waste. That will be in my kitchen washing dishes. There's my hot process soap. using a new recipe and using a favorite scent oil for the first time in hot process. I'm just super happy. That one right there I used 3 hours after I molded it. It's great in the shower already. Anyway folks, I'll see you next week. I'll have a lot more oils and scent oils. Have a great rest of the week, and I'll see you next week. Thanks for watching. Bye.